It gives me great pleasure to introduce our first speaker, navigating tomorrow, adapting to a rapidly evolving industry landscape. Please welcome Ching Kiat Lim, Executive Vice President of Air Hub and Cargo Development at Changi Airport Group.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Pleasure to be here. Thanks to Terrapin for having this event and inviting Changi Airport. So today, my presentation this morning, quite a short one. I'll give you focus on three aspects. I think first, the topmost question in people's mind, what's the recovery of traffic this year, and especially for Asia Pacific? Second portion, I'll cover in this post-pandemic world, what are the changes in traveler pattern and traveler trends? Are there any different themes that are coming up? And the last part I'll talk about, given this environment, what are airports doing in this post-COVID world? Okay. So I think you have seen different versions of this chart, recovery rates of traffic recovery. I think for Asia Pacific, compared to the rest of the world, we had a slower start. I think we were among the slower ones to reopen the border, but then bam, we are back with a blast. I think now the recovery has picked up trajectory. Asia Pacific recovery rate is among the highest in the world. Okay, and on other metrics, depends on how you look at it. This is the other lens, looking at the top OAG's top 10 busiest routes in 2023. Again, you can see from this chart, 7 of the top 10 are from Asia Pacific. The trend is quite similar to pre-pandemic 2019 kind of routes. So you can see this is another measurement that the travel is back. And slightly forward-looking view, looking at aircraft orders. I think using that as a proxy also, as the indication of the confidence in the travel rebound. I think yesterday at this conference, we had Campbell from Air India and Peter Albers from Indigo. I think they will have shared some of their plans. They are also among the airlines that have the highest aircraft orders in the books. I think Southeast Asia as well. I think Southeast Asia, we see a healthy pipeline of aircraft orders. So this also indicates that the market, the industry is confident that this growth will continue. And underpinned by that, we have seen, especially in recent months, visa relaxation. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, we have relaxed the visa conditions for China. China has also relaxed its entry visa condition for many countries, including Singapore and Malaysia. So I think this trend will support more intra-Asia travel. So if the fundamentals before that was good, I think some of this relaxation of border control will make it even stronger. So this is the latest refresh forecast. So the forward view until 2043 continues to be strong. You can see certain Asian markets rising into top 5. So top 5 busiest air markets in the world, China, India, Indonesia. And then below that you have Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, all coming up as well. So I think the picture is quite rosy for aviation in Asia. So it looks like we are past COVID. So is it the same or is it same but different, right? What are the consumer trends? I remember during COVID, consultants would tell me that, after COVID, business travel will take some time to come back because people are used to video conferencing and they are cutting back travel. So is it true? Let's take a look from a few different lenses. First, IATA's passenger survey. So this one is from December. So it shows that still 90% of respondents from the key markets expect to travel more than pre-COVID or maintain the same travel percentage. So again, consumer seems, at least for the next 12 months, still bullish. The revenge travel, we are not quite over yet with the revenge travel. People are traveling more. Then what about the different segments? Right? So Changi, we have our own passenger survey. We look at the different segments, how they are traveling. So this was done for the period January to November. So January, November, Changi's average is around 86% recovery. So you you look at the different segments. So indeed, business seems to be below the average. Business travel, I think there's some people are cutting away, businesses are reducing unnecessary travel. So business is slightly below. MICE is holding up. MICE is trending at the average. So MICE events like this, I think people have missed catching up with their counterparts, with their associates. So MICE events that I've been to are quite well subscribed. But what's picking up the slack? VFR, leisure, is doing better. Is recovering even stronger, right? And one could argue that in a different way, your work from home arrangements, in fact, supports more leisure, right? Previously, I cannot go for the Bali trip because I have a board meeting coming up the next few days. But these days, it's acceptable that I go to Bali, I take 2 hours off, dial in for my board meeting, and then continue on my holiday. So you can say that actually for the work from home arrangement, it might, in the end, support more leisure, weekend getaway, and short trips. And the other trend that we notice, this is a quote from Lufthansa, is that there is this growing segment of premium leisure. So while business traveling is down, the premium seats are taken up by people going on leisure and then wanting to pamper themselves and traveling a little bit more. So I think there's a rise of premium leisure as a segment as well. You can see this from the Google search, comparing pre-COVID and then now the recent trends. I think pre-COVID, the searches for business class, premium, and economy are quite similar. But you see in the last few years, there is even more searches for premium and for business class. And certain markets, this is even more pronounced. Like in Singapore, Australia, UAE, I think the passengers there, they are looking for premium product, even for their own leisure trips. And based on other surveys, I think passengers tell us they want speed, they want convenience. I think during COVID, people have gotten used to digitization and other ways of leveraging technology. So now that that Pandora box is open, the expectations have shifted. So customers, when you go to a restaurant, you expect restaurants to have online reservation, pre-booking, payment, online menus. So that has shifted. So airports as well. So I think customers expect that from airports and airlines. The other trends that we noticed, this is a survey from our friends at CETA, is that consumers now expect airlines and airports to leverage technology where possible to achieve sustainability targets. So again, sustainability has come up as the agenda, and passengers expect airlines, airports to also make efforts towards sustainability. Okay, so this is the consumer trend. So given this trend and the backdrop, how are airports doing, or what can airports do to better position themselves in this era? So definitely digitization, technology is top of the agenda. I think there are two different objectives. One is in terms of consumer expectation. Consumers expect that, right? Consumers say that technology is there, let's use the technology for a better, faster service. Then the other aspect is our necessity. I think many airports and airlines around the world is still facing labor shortage, labor crunch, and then that may persist for some time. So digitization, automation is a key to doing that. So you take example for Changi Airport, we are doing both fronts. Those of you who traveled through Changi recently, you have noticed there's more automation, there's more encouragement of mobile check-in, self-service, immigration lanes. And later this year, we are very excited so Singapore residents and departing visitors no longer have to show their passports when they leave the airport. So we are pushing the frontier as much as technology allows us and privacy and security rules allow us to do. We are trying to push the limit to that. The back end of the house, where we see less on the apron, on the air side, again, we are pushing for solutions for automated dollies, automated tractors, and trying to also use that to get manpower savings. And many airports have taken the last 2 years during the slowdown in traffic to refresh their products. The top right-hand picture is from Bengaluru terminal. They just unveiled the new terminal a few months ago, and the reception has been quite positive and very strong. Below corner, you see, is our own at Changi Airport. Again, Terminal 2, we have done a refresh. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I encourage you to take a look. So this is the time that we refresh the product, and consumers, again, they expect such refreshment. So sustainability, I think that will be agenda for many years to come. There are a few different angles to it. If you take Changi Airport as an example, actually we are already on electricity for most of our own internal needs. But that doesn't stop us from pushing more. I think we are trying to, again, rely on renewable energy sources like solar panel on our rooftops. We are also involved in educating the consumers. We just launched our carbon offset program last year, where travelers can choose to buy the carbon credits to offset their own travel plans. But the airport plays a key role as well in helping our partners achieve their sustainability targets. So one aspect is supporting sustainable aviation fuel. Singapore has just announced their blueprint and the targets. So the airport is doing our part to support airline partners to uplift SAF, and as well as our partners on the air side on the electrification of their vehicles. We are targeting for 100% electrification of light airside vehicles by 2025, and we have rolled out many electric charging points to help our partners. So I think sustainability will be a key part on the agenda. And last of all, remember the strong growth I mentioned earlier. So I think Changi Airport is not alone. I think all the key airports in the region, they are ramping up capacity because the forward view is positive. They want to be ready so that airport capacity doesn't become a bottleneck in supporting this growth. So for ourselves, we are busy planning the works for Terminal 5, which will come in sometime in the mid-2030s. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you have a very fruitful conference, you make new contacts and get new ideas. Thank you for listening to me. Thanks.